I want to share with you 3 of the primary strategies that we have adopted in our marriage in order to help it thrive through my success. The first is this one. You have to learn to crucify ego and embrace humility. Y'all, there was a season in my marriage where, if I'm being honest, I was feeling myself, y'all. I was feeling myself. I was making money. I was traveling. I was getting all the recognition and the awards. And I got to a place, y'all, where I was treating my husband like an employee and not like my life partner. Yeah. And I remember one day I said something particularly just disrespectful and flippant to my husband. And I heard the Lord say, Nona, let me tell you something. Just as quickly as I gave this to you, I will take it away if I can't trust you with it. And I realized in that moment that I had gotten so lifted up in my head that the man that God created for me, I saw him as a liability and not an asset. And how many times have you seen successful women say, I don't need you? I got this. I realized, y'all, that everything that I am and everything I have is a gift from the hand of God. There is nothing special about me. God can do anything with anybody. He does not need Nona Jones. He does not need any of us. So when he chooses to work through us, we have to honor him with humility. And y'all, humility gets a bad rap. People think humility is about thinking lowly of yourself, but no, humility is simply fully occupying the lane of life that God has given to you. That's it. And I realized as I was doing a Bible study one day, I was in the book of James, and the Lord was having some heated fellowship with me. I saw James chapter 4 and 6, where the Bible says that God resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. Some of us in this room are stagnated because the pride in our heart is blocking the grace on our life. And I want my husband to speak a little bit about his experience, because there's another side to this story. And I'd love for you, babe, to just share how you experienced me and all that God has been teaching you about humility in our marriage as well.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Let me just say it hasn't been easy. Just being fully transparent, this is an area to where God has really just been dealing with me in my life. And if you allow me to be transparent, that's what I want to do. I mean, you have to understand, when my wife and I first got married, I think it was both of our expectation that it would be me that would be going around speaking all over the place. I was the one that was going into ministry. The truth be told, when I first met Nona, I really don't, I mean, maybe you can speak to yourself, I don't think she really had any ambition to be doing what she's doing right now. I think you would have been happy speaking, she was preaching, she was ordained, but I don't think she had any interest in doing what she's doing now. It was always thought that it would be me going around writing books and doing all these things. And so you have to understand, when ministry started picking up, my wife would at times be gone 20 days out of the month, speaking, going from here, going to this place, the next place. And guess who was at home taking care of everything? Me. Guess who was at home taking care of the boys? Me. Guess who was at home leading the local church and handling all of our affairs? Me. Guess who was in grad school trying to finish my seminary degree and all of these different things? Me. While my wife is traveling all around from plane to plane, speaking at place to place to place. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, can I be honest? I felt some kind of way about that. You know, here I am, I'm at home. I'm supposed to be the one out there speaking, doing all this while you're jumping off the plane, doing all this stuff. And I have to be honest, everyone thought that she was great. Everyone was loving her. Everyone was celebrating her. But to be honest, there were times when I was at home, I couldn't stand her. And she would walk into the house and we wouldn't speak at all. But I think the thing that helped me and the thing that I learned was that God didn't design me to do what she was doing. even though I thought that's what it was. He didn't design me to do it. Sometimes you look at a person and you see them in their success and you see the money that they're making and the platform that they have, and you desire to be that or to have that without considering the cost that you have to go through in order to get that. And so for me, I'm not designed to do what she does. My wife wakes up first thing in the morning. She goes runs and 5 to 7 miles every morning. Then she comes home and she's in meetings all day long, back to back to about 5 to 6 p.m. She gets done. Then she goes and works out again. And then sometimes she'll leave and go jump on a plane, spend all day flying someplace to go speak this place. And then she flies back home, spends all that time all day traveling to get back home to me. And then the next day she'll wake up and come to a leadership meeting with me at our church or service, and then she has to spend some time alone to go write this book because she has a deadline and all that. And the thing that I've learned about her, she can do all that and it doesn't stress her out. She doesn't get tired because she's designed to do that. All of that type of stuff would completely stress me out. I'm designed to pastor a local church. I'm not getting on no plane, traveling, doing all that. I like working with people one-on-one, getting to know the person. And so one of the things that I think that I had to learn that helped me through it is that we have to learn to stay within our own lanes. And God designs us sometimes, and sometimes we can begin to fight the differences in our design. And I think early on that's what we did. But I learned that God designed you to do what you do, and He designed me to do what I do as well.